Woods.
Ready?
Okay, the meeting will come to order. This is January 9th, 2024. You gave us 2023 and 2024.
Oops.
All right, the first item on the agenda is this is the preliminary plat approval for 7-lot subdivision, permit number 23-402 Francis and Diane Heffernan at Plank Road, parcel number 060124-1. It's a 7-lot subdivision, so it's reviewed under section 930 of our regulations, and it's because it's more than 3 lots, it's qualified as a major, which we discussed at the sketch plan previously. And so as a major, it requires a minimum of 2 hearings, so.
Kevin, can I ask, can we go forward with 4 members?
Say it again, Tom?
Can we go forward with just 4 members here?
Yes.
Okay, that's the majority of what we have left. Good.
Yeah. No, it's a 7-person board, Tom. So 4 makes a
4. Yep.
Four's the quorum and 4 for action.
Okay.
So who's gonna take us through, Steve? Come on up, Steve.
Good evening, everyone.
Raise your right hand, Steve. You solemnly swear the evidence you shall give before this development review board shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Take us through it.
All right, so you all have a copy of the plan, I assume?
Yep.
And LeBeau Survey did all our septic design for us, so as far as septic, we meet all the state requirements for septic.
Do you have your permit yet?
No, it is submitted.
It's
and
pending.
It's coming, yes.
Okay.
As you can see, 2 of the lots will require mound systems, the rest are all conventional.
So let me get to those. So the mounds are where?
Lot 6
6, I see
and
that.
lot 7.
6 in, 6 up front and 7 in the back.
Yep, just
Okay,
how the soils fell.
all right, so Carol, our minute taker, isn't here tonight. She'll be looking at the tape, so
All right,
we'll make sure we
I'll forward her all the materials.
repeat things too. So
all right.
lot 7 and lot 6 are mound systems. The other lots are in ground.
All conventional systems.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
So, and as the state requires, they have the proposed building windows, which can alter a little bit, but that's more than likely. Lot 7 might change it, I would think, depending on, as long as it meets the zoning requirements and the state requirements, the state's not gonna issue it.
Yeah, let me just put on the record for Carol that this is in VR, Village Residential District. And minimum lot size in VR is 10,000 square feet, so that's roughly a 1/4 acre. So all of these lots are of sufficient size.
Yes, they're all basically double what they need to be.
Yep.
And 7 is 4 times. Water, we spoke with the water district, which is the selectmen. The selectmen agreed that we can access water from the main that runs down Plank Road. It will, as of now, it's a 4-inch main. The town engineer is reviewing it and gonna weigh in on if it's sufficient. It's definitely sufficient for these 7. It's if the other landowners eventually want to subdivide, we're looking down the road for that. So water, basically town water supplied. And
So has the town said yes?
yes,
Okay,
yes, yep, selectmen,
they've approved an allocation, whatever it is.
yes. Driveways, main access is J Drive. And then if you notice between lots 4, 5, 3, and 6, there is a proposed right-of-way and driveway to access those 4 building lots.
Yep.
And then if you go further down, the lots 1, 2, and 7, you'll see there is another proposed driveway that there'll be a right-of-way to connect those.
So we just have one, outlet onto Plank Road.
Correct.
So Steve, the rights of way, they will just be on the lots that they're on with mutual easements to everybody?
Correct.
Okay,
So that basically takes driveways and right of ways.
So J Drive currently exists, right?
Yes, it does.
And is it private or public?
It's private.
Okay.
I'm curious, Steve, what kind of, I can't picture J Drive, so what kind of condition is it? Is it a finished road?
It is a gravel road.
Okay.
We built it. Heffernan Excavating built it years ago, and it meets all the requirements that any state road would meet. It's 16 feet wide. It does have a turnaround up top for emergency vehicles.
But it's a 50-foot right of way.
It
right?
is.
Okay, got it, thanks.
So,
I'm looking for it on the map
That's
here.
on the survey map, I believe.
Yeah, I know, I can't find, yep, it is, I find it. Yep, J Drive is 50 feet, is an existing 50-foot wide right of way.
and the power will run on what is the west side. So, just for FYI, power will come off and feed between,
Let's go to the west side of J Drive.
it's on the west side and will be underground for lots 1, 2, 3, and 4. It will meet, you will see, if you look in your print, you'll see an easement that will be a water and a utility easement, so that it fits right between the 4 lots. So that can feed power, cable, telephone, and water to those 4 lots.
So we're,
See right here? You look right.
okay, so
There's
it's,
dash lines.
so it's the easement that provides the access to 1, 2, and 7.
No, 7 is, that will be down
Oh,
on
it
the
does.
the
So-
driveway easement.
So it's the easement for 1 and 2?
It's the easement for 1, 2, 3, and 4 for power,
Yep,
water. For 2 and 3, because 1 and 4 are right along the,
Road.
yeah, they'll be in that right away that the water line's coming up through.
That makes sense.
yeah, so where is it on the survey that's up
You
there
see right
now?
where
Yep.
his pointer is?
Yeah,
It's between 1 and 4.
Yeah, that's just a dash line, and that'll be an easement written into the.
okay. Yeah, I don't think it's on mine. On mine?
This is a serve, yeah, right here, yeah,
Oh, I thought his looked different. It looked like extra dashes.
no, the
Okay.
same little line right here.
All right, good enough. All right,
So that is basically water and power. They did this to conform to what is the Bristol, what they're looking for in the town plan. These lots can be quarter lots, but by the way they look, I doubt they'll ever be, but you never know with the homeowner what they can, if they're able to do it or not, but as of right now, you see they're half-acre lots and
yeah,
meet the requirements of the state and the town.
single-family residences.
And if you notice that 4 and 3 and 4 are proposed 4-bedroom houses, where the others are all.
Okay,
Which is part of your whole septic plan, everything, it doesn't matter to
Yes.
us.
Yes,
Yeah.
yep, the state, as I said,
Sure.
it meets all state requirements. It's being submitted, but, LaRose survey did it, so, that's what you pay them for, to make sure they're meeting all the criteria.
so 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7 are 3-bedroom houses proposed, and 3 and 4 are 4-bedroom.
Correct.
Okay,
Does J Drive, is there anything else on J Drive right now?
Right now, there is the Tierney House, which is the very first one as you pull in, then the Denner Residence, and then the Whitcomb Rental, and then the Flower Residence is at the very end on the opposite side. So if you look at lot 7, it's just above lot 7, that's the Flower Residence.
oh, I see.
Uh,
So Whitcomb's on the west and Flowers on the east. Flowers,
Yes,
yeah,
Flower, yeah.
Yep,
got it,
that is correct.
all right. And, so you're gonna need a stormwater permit?
That, LaRose has not indicated that yet,
Yeah,
but if it is, we'll,
you'll have to get it.
yes,
And maybe you don't need it yet, because
Right.
once the houses are built in the driveways, then you've got more impervious area.
correct.
Um,
They have not mentioned it so far, so
You might want to ask them.
I
Yeah.
truly believe we wouldn't miss that, but we will ask.
Well, it might be a timing thing. You know, it might be before any houses go in or something like that, because you don't know how big the houses are gonna be in the driveways, so.
Yep.
Any questions from the board, Brenda or Tom? Good,
Oh, we just lost Tom.
seems very clear. Okay. Hold on, we lost Tom a little bit.
Sure.
Ted, any questions for Steve?
No, it's pretty straightforward.
It
and,
is.
And everything's well thought out.
Any questions or comments from the gallery? Anybody online? Is anybody,
Nope, that was my,
okay,
that was a hand up. It was my cursor turning to a hand.
so does anybody feel that there's anything lacking that needs to be put on to the plot plan for the final?
Looks good to me.
Yeah, I agree. You
All right,
good?
and there'll be one more meeting for any concerns, correct?
Right, so, but the board's happy with what the content, so no one has any suggestions to add to the final plot.
Awesome.
Just so you know, Steve, we don't do that often. We almost always have suggestions.
Well,
That's a
I
good
think
thing.
we try to
No,
dot all our i's and cross all
yeah,
the
no,
t's to answer any questions you had.
No, it looks good,
It shows.
straightforward. They should all be so straightforward.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna schedule sometime in
It'll be it'll have to be
February?
your first meeting in February, because we can't catch the public hearings in time.
Okay, so the notice will have to go out.
Yeah.
and
I'll let you know. I'll know.
Early Feb.
Yeah, I'll know end of this week, the exact date.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you for your time.
Okay.
Quick and
thank you.
easy. Be safe.
All right, have a good day.
All right, next item on the agenda, permit number 23-400 DMV Properties Inc. located North 116 Road, parcel 0301111. This is this is the final plat approval for 5 lot subdivision. Per the Uniform Development Regulations, section 930. Jason Barner's here. Jason, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the evidence you shall give before this development review board shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, did we,
If Jason doesn't, Jason's been here so much, we should ask him to join the board.
I missed you on that one, Tom.
I just said Jason has been with us so much, we should ask him to join the board.
we could condition the approval on that.
Well,
We have conditioning authority.
you guys do a great job. I don't wanna overstep.
All right, well,
Which one would you like?
okay.
Up to PL2.
Yeah, I see you've
Yeah.
made some additions in response to the comments and questions, concerns raised at the preliminary.
Yep.
Mostly with respect to the easement for the, common land in the back.
Correct.
All right, so take us through what's new.
So what's new is the
Go ahead, you.
right of way was extended to the O'Connor parcel, the 50-foot right of way that would serve as access to the O'Connor parcel.
So further, which one are we on? I want to, you can't see it in the corner.
S2.
We're on S2, Carol?
We're actually on the
I'm in PL, sorry.
PL2.
Yeah, correction, PL2.
For survey plat, so the road would come in, same orientation off Route 116.
Yep,
traverse to the west, we have extended the right of way to the O'Connor property. Then we took a 15-foot wide easement for a walking path up to the existing 50-foot right of way.
And that's going across lot
And
4.
that's going across lot 4.
So it's not the boundary between 3 and 4, it's actually going across lot 4.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep, and that is to access that other 50-foot right of way, which now will access the remaining lands of lot 4.
okay, and
And that.
so it
is
says
the larger-
15-foot wide easement for footpath, ingress egress. For owners of lot 1, 2, and 3, you don't need lot 4 because they're,
They own it.
yeah.
And then we have.
Well, it should actually say in common with them. So when you do the deed.
Okay, I can have them do that. In common with lot 4, Kevin.
Yeah. Because lot 4 is using it too.
Yep.
I mean, they don't
I mean,
need to,
technically,
they
lot
they don't
4
need to,
can
use it, they
walk
can walk
wherever they
anywhere.
want.
I know, but you know how it goes. If that becomes the path,
Yeah.
you don't want any
Um,
disputes.
I think the S2 will also give you sort of visually where it is on the tree line. You can pull that up as well, Chris, if you want to.
S2, Carol?
And that's the same thing, that gives you a better visual, basically, it's just to the east of the tree line,
Yeah,
where that path would be. And that was one of the questions by the, I think it was last time, it was you or Tom, was it going through the woods or was it going?
I think it was Tom.
No, this is good.
So those are the two changes from last time. Other than that, like I said before, the state water and wastewater permit has been issued. Our stormwater engineer is working on the stormwater design. You have the stormwater drawings in hand. Everything will be collected along the road, conveyed to a gravel wetland that'll be in the back portion of lot 4.
yeah, pull that up there. So we can reference it in their decision. That was on S1.
No,
Isn't it there?
stormwater,
Isn't this it?
that is,
Yeah, S1, SW1.
SW1. And if you should have it, I emailed that.
Yeah, you did. I'm not sure in this folder when the final.
And I do have it, I can boot it up if I have it in the laptop.
No, I've got it. This one.
You know, it was in the preliminary, we
Okay.
may not have resubmitted it, because there was no changes to that.
I don't know, it was in my.
It was in the
packet.
packet.
It was in
I
my
printed it out
packet,
of this set. so
No, I
just-
saw it. It's there.
Okay, yeah, that's the,
Oh, is it SW?
SW1.
Look at that.
There it
It
is.
took me a minute, but I got there.
Okay, so,
and there's the stormwater system, and obviously that path would go along the back side of that, to sort of hug the tree line. Tried to keep lot 4 with as much room out behind as possible before it got to the gravel wetland.
so where's the path, the
On the-
easement path in relation to the
On the
stormwater?
west side.
West side,
Yep,
okay,
it skirts, there's
So
a
we're
little
not-
bit of grading right there,
we're
but
not seeing it, right?
yeah, and the stormwater engineer didn't have that.
Yeah, cause it's, we're pretty close to the lot, the house in lot 4,
Correct,
so further to the west is that easement. So what's the black,
that's a pipe
that's pipe,
from
that's,
an overflow structure.
okay,
Yeah, that will be part of the treatment system. That'll be where water is conveyed after it's treated in the gravel wetland.
so it's just like a settling pond, basically?
It is, there's vegetation, there's a liner, and then that goes out to the wetlands after it's treated.
Just by gravity?
Yep.
Okay,
Treated just by hanging out in rocks.
Yeah, it's residual, so there's actually wetland plants in there that are part of it. You have topsoil that's in there, so basically the water goes into the forebay, spills over to the gravel wetland. Sits in there, it's designed to have a certain volume where it does treat the water, cleans it up before it hits the structure, then it goes out to the wetland. So. It's
so it's a passive system?
a passive system.
Yeah,
You basically, once you put it in, they're supposed to be very low maintenance and they work fairly well.
Yeah.
And that's
Should
what
be
it's
fine.
gearing towards now, more or less gravel wetlands.
So how are you gonna get all the stormwater from the 4 lots out there?
So if you look at the brown shading around where the houses are,
Mhm.
the brown shading is actually what are called rooftop disconnects. Those are areas that are 5% or less where you can sheet flow water that is technically gonna be treated to the point where it reaches. And if you look on either side of the
5% or less what?
slope, excuse me.
Ah, okay.
I'm used to just, everything is slope. So less than 5% slope, stormwater will be treated from the rooftops. On the sides of the road, you can see there are ditch lines on either side. Up near the road, it is, there's some riprap, some light riprap to slow the water down, and then it's conveyed by grassy swales and drainage ditches that eventually convey it over to where the gravel wetland is. And this permit will be applied for.
So it gets into it gets into the wetland settling pond
Mhm.
just by overland flow through,
Yes.
through a swale.
Yep.
Okay,
They're just roadside ditches that convey.
yeah,
it,
okay.
And that's what the state doesn't want to see.
So what's that?
That's just the contour.
Looks
label.
good to me.
That's a finished grade contour. So
Oh, I see it now.
when we do our
Six,
fit,
six.
when,
Yeah. It
Yeah.
looked like a.
See all those,
structure.
all those V's in the contour lines, those are the swale.
yes, yep. So it's, 1 foot, foot and a half deep swale that runs along the sides of the shared drive and it
Would-
conveys water down to the,
With the magnifying glass, it all becomes clear. I thought it was a little meant to depict a little structure, but now I can see it's got its actual
got a number.
numbers. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it. And what's TP 11?
That's
Test pit. Okay, so TPs are test pits. See a few of those.
And what's the purpose of those? The test?
The test pits were what we did for wastewater.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see the bulk of them are up by the road where the actual shared systems are. That's where the better soil were.
So that was the prelude to building this.
Yeah.
this,
Testing comes first. Wetland site visit, I think, came first, if I recall, then testing was shortly thereafter.
So if I remember right, the natural area up into the northwest, that's all part of lot 4.
It is.
And because lot 4 is 16.11 acres. So
That's better shown on this.
yeah, so the deeds need to provide, have a common
Correct.
way across lot 4, but it needs to go all the way up and include all the rest of lot 4.
They're gonna have the recreation, that area,
They're
for the
gonna,
walking paths.
okay, but
But no, I mean, we didn't put easements on there specific because we don't really nail down specific trails on lot.
no, I get that. I'm just saying that the rights of lots 1, 2, and 3 aren't just to walk across lot 4 where you
Correct,
depict it. They have that their shared rights continue with all the rest
right,
of that.
and the deed will reflect that.
That's what I'm saying.
For, yeah,
The decision would reflect that, so get that in there. I think. What's the one, what one's that one that you've got up there?
This is PO 1.
So, so what are we gonna record here, Chris? PL 1 and 2?
ultimately we will record, ultimately the 2 PL1 and PL2 will be recorded.
That's what
Yeah.
I would suggest.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta.
Your stormwater drawings will be on file with the state and the
Right.
wastewater drawings.
Right, so, I mean, I think we have to record. We wanna record both.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah, we have to, just based on the size of the lot, we have to capture. it.
no, I know, and I've gotta sign off on them.
Yep.
Any other questions, Brenda or Tom, before we turn to the gallery?
No questions. It's good job. Thank you. Keep working with us on this.
Thank you.
Brenda, you good? No questions. Ted? Any folks?
I have several.
Okay, who are you?
I'm Andrew Morrison. I live at 3849,
Which one?
which is the in-house square block just right there.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
The old Ralph Carter place.
sure.
So obviously I have an interest in this based on location of my property, both north-south to the properties as well as with
And the owner is right here as well.
with the easement behind
What's your address, Andrew?
3849 North 116.
Okay, got it.
So you mentioned this was division into 5 lots.
Right. No, it's 4.
4 new lots, the 5th lot is the remaining one.
And it's still labeled as lot 4 though, in that diagram. Am I seeing that correctly?
No,
Lot 4 would be behind you. Lot
So-
4 is one,
I'm just gonna pull up on the map here. So
Yeah.
the lower corner of this,
Chris will show you.
where this red dash is. And in this square, so. It's this area here's what is the development part. All of this is the remaining lands that the DMV property zone as well.
Yeah.
So that's why it's technically a 5-lot subdivision, because of that one like large portion that's not part
That's
of,
the retained parcel.
that's the,
But
does that make sense?
Yes.
Perfect.
the lot,
So back to the questions, what is the nature of the walking path?
okay. That was one of the stipulations in the proposal with the original subdivision for people to be able to access lot 4 and use that to walk, not ride vehicles, but this is a walking path on lot 4. It's more or less shared between lots 1, 2, 3, and 4 as a recreation area.
Uh, The larger portion of lot 4 is wet.
Yes,
yep,
Unless you're building boardwalks, it's
it's wet.
inaccessible.
Yep, we've been out there with the state wetlands ecologist. We've walked it several times.
Okay.
Yeah, very aware.
Because it's right behind my tree line as well.
Yep.
So that's obviously my backyard where you know, we play.
Yep,
So I'm obviously have the concerns about potentially people wandering back behind my house. I'm not worried about them coming onto my land, just the fact that there are people walking behind my house is
sure.
new to this lot. There's currently 3,000 acres behind me of nobody.
Mhm.
Will there be any shoring up of the existing tree line between the north-south boundary? Between lots 1 and 4 and north,
No,
that line, correct?
the hedgerow?
Yes.
No.
I didn't understand, what's the question?
Will there be any additional boundaries, any additional hedges, trees that have been planted there?
No, that's, the proposal is to leave it as is.
which way, Andrew, you lost me. Which one were you where were you
To the-
talking?
To the north, Kevin, the one where the squiggly line, you see where we have a hedgerow.
Got it.
The property line's in that, so.
Yeah.
It's, I'd call it a moderately sparsely vegetated hedgerow at this point.
I'm familiar.
It's, but nothing is proposed to.
What's the nature of the water runoff into that wetland catch? Is that just rainwater and stormwater? Correct.
Yeah. That's a stormwater treatment system mandated by the state of Vermont.
Will there be any additional features built generally on the property other than houses and their own structures contained? Any paths, will they be gravel or just grass with an easement?
Right now, it's grass as an easement.
Yeah, and on the individual lots, it's, you know, once somebody owns them, they might do, you know, they could put something in their backyard or something like that, but there's nothing anticipated here. Other than, and you see the building envelopes where the houses are proposed.
Right.
Understood.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And nothing is proposed for the large area behind your property. They're not gonna do anything other than allow access to that for all 4 lots, which is part of what they have to do a planned unit development like they've done here.
Well, this is not the PUD,
Well,
this is-
yeah,
Yeah, because they're smaller than the 5 acres.
okay.
it's because they're below the 5 acres.
You're right. We've
That's
had so
what-
many iterations of this, I lost my place.
That's what we
Yeah.
got to consider.
Right.
What
Yep.
are the approximate sizes of lots 1, 2, and 3?
Quarter
1
acre.
acre, 1.3, and 1.5. So they're between 1.3 and 1.5.
I would be surprised if it has any negative impacts at all on your property. It would be, it shouldn't, you shouldn't know it's there other than the fact that you'll have some neighbors down the road on 116. Or on their own road or off of 116.
It's a wide open view, and that's my concern.
Yeah, for sure.
Particularly the lot in between, if that goes up for sale, I'm out about 50 trees I'll need to plant. Just to maintain
So
some separation.
Where's your driveway, Andrew?
It's across the street from the Rose. It's
Mm.
directly off of 116.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's north of actually the landowner between.
She's the landlord.
All right.
So here's probably the best.
So this is you, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that lot in between is, yeah, not part of this developer.
I understand.
Yep.
Keep in mind, I've got to go home and answer questions to my wife.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So you better be taking good
I
notes.
need to know everything.
Well, luckily it's on local access. So anything else, Andrew?
Are there already plans for development, or is this purely just to be able to divide?
This is just to be able to divide as far as this board's concerned.
They're actually
Are you aware?
proposed single family homes.
I say, are there actually plans to develop soon? Is there any developer that's ready to take interest, or is this something that?
The lots
is-
haven't sold yet. They can't sell as a lot until there's this.
I understand, but I know that developers will keep an ear out.
I don't understand.
I think you can assume that they're ultimately gonna have
Somebody
some
needs These 4 lots.
To be able to sell, yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so at the moment, there's no developers waiting for this to go through so they can.
I hope they are. I hope.
For your
I
estate.
hope someone wants to
For
buy
your
it.
estate.
Yeah.
That answers my questions for now.
You folks? Yeah, huh?
Nothing at this
I
point.
forgot your name.
Leah.
Leah. Hi, again. We're getting to know each other. over here. Any questions?
No, not at this time.
Okay. Anything else from Tom or Brenda or Ted? You have
Nope.
anything to add, sir? No? Okay,
Anything from anyone online?
anybody online have a question? No, okay. Take a motion.
I motion that we approve, proposal
second.
Yes. My own, and let's take a vote on that, but then I have something to add. All right, so, any further discussion on the motion to approve approve the
Yeah, and let me ask you, Mr. Chairman, I think, Jason's been real good about dealing with the various concerns, and I think they're all in the plans. I don't think we have any outstanding conditions, do we?
Well, no, we can talk about it now. I think. I'm gonna wanna see on PL 1. I think we wanna say something about this being the common easement, open space area for the other lots. We need a reference on the plot. On the plat for that.
We'll have a note.
Yeah,
See note.
someplace, because this is what's going in the land record, this is what people are gonna see. Rather than trying to find deeds in the land record to see if the right things got stuck in the deeds. And so I think you should also say on this easement on 4, make it it's for the common benefit of all.
correct.
Cause you don't want.
Yeah, in common with lot 4. So that's what I
Exactly,
have.
yeah, something like that.
Yep.
I mean, I just think 4 needs to be referenced there as well, because you don't want to create a negative inference that since it doesn't mention 4,
They can't use it.
only 1, 2, and 3 can use
Yes,
up there.
you can't walk under a 15-foot path.
Well,
On your own property.
or even in the back, but I think it's important that if you want to call this the natural area or something like that, something that,
Sure.
that conveys the notion that it's preserved as is,
Yeah.
because that's the intent of.
Northwesterly area of lot 4.
Yeah, you can just, you could make some sort of reference here, you call it like the open space, the
Sure.
open space common land or something like that, or open space natural area. Shared natural or something like that on the plan so that it's clear, because the intent of the board has been to make that integrated and available for the other 3 lots, so we need something on the plan that.
Sure. And it will be in the deed as well.
I know, but, it's nice, if
It's
you
nice
could.
if it's in the plat.
Yeah, because I got and so
We
with
can have
with those additions in mind, that's what I'm in favor of the motion.
And that's not a problem.
Okay, any further discussion on the motion with those, additions to the final plat? Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Tom, Brenda?
Aye.
Okay, 4-0. You get those,
Mhm.
you get those in, you'll let me know. I'll get it written up.
I can even
Then-
email it over if you want to take a look at it.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah,
you
yeah, when
can-
you have them, send me the electronic copy, and then email them over to you, you can look at the verbiage
Okay.
on it before they bring us the actual.
Yeah, and
Mylars.
then
We'll do that.
cause I have to sign that off.
No
All
worries.
right,
And then if you have a certain title block that, or signature block that you guys like.
I'll send it over.
you put a block on, don't you? A signature block?
No, they do. I have
No, we're
the-
supposed to know.
Okay.
I'll send it over to you.
Every town has a different block.
Yes, we do.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right. I want mine in gold leaf.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, any other business? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks. We are adjourned. Everybody go home and.
Get out of this weather.
And, hope everybody's generator is working tonight. Tom, you're missing some beautiful weather tonight. I know.
Yeah, well,
We're
I'm
supposed to,
sorry, but I'm not having any of that kind of weather here.
we're supposed to get, 60 to 65 mile an hour winds tonight.
Yeah, we already don't have power, so it's also.
Are you already out?
Yeah, right. Yeah, my wife.
No, I know. On the way in, I was seeing stuff rolling down the road.